Afternoon everyone, welcome to a very hit and miss day in Essex. Sunny, cloudy, cold, mild, bit of everything today. Got a day off, so I thought I'd do a little video. Might not be a little video, might end up being a long video, who knows. So temperatures at the moment are sitting at 8.9 inside the pond and 11.7 outside the pond. So it's dropped a little bit since a couple of days ago, but that's British weather for you. Yeah, so not a lot's been going on with the pond. I've done a bit in the garden, so I've been playing around with decking, just tidied up the garden, hide some nasty areas. Did a bit there, did a bit over here as well, just hide the drains, things like that. Done quite a good job actually. All I do is do painting, so that'll be a debate with the wife, my lovely Tracy, to determine what colour that's going to be. Fish seem to be alright. Starting to get a little bit active. So yeah, before I start the video, usual score, if you haven't already liked or subscribed, then please like and subscribe. My subscribers are slowly creeping up, so more the merrier would be helpful, thanks. And also hit the little notification bell, so that any videos that I get, you can get them straight away. So yeah, before I start, I'd like to thank Mr. Ramsey at Ramsey's DIY Koi Pond for his shout out the other night. I don't know who was more excited, me or the wife. She loved it, absolutely loved it. So a big thank you to Mr. Ramsey. Look forward to seeing more of your videos. So if you've already subscribed and you know anybody that might want to have a look at my videos, then feel free, spread the word. And like I said, more subscribers the merrier. Slowly creeping up, but yeah, the more the merrier. Okay, so let's crack on with the video. Hello again. Yeah, like I said, it's my day off. I thought I'd do a little video. I didn't really plan of what I was going to put in the video. I was going to do a walk around of the garden, but at the minute it's a bit of a state and everything's just starting to bud, so there's not really anything to look at. So I came into the shed and I was looking through my koi bits and bobs drawer, and I found this little thing, and I thought, that's right, I'll do a video on that. So If you haven't already watched my videos previously, you'll see a video on there of how I came to have the pond that I've got now and what happened on the last pond. So about 3 years ago, I had a pond. It was one of my first ponds, and I had corrugated pipe on it. Corrugated pipe, devil in disguise. Okay, if you're thinking about doing a pond, whether it's small, big, large, medium, whatever size, please try and stay away from corrugated pipe. It's okay for small things, probably like a grow on pond or something like that, where it's not going to be exposed to the elements, even though if you do cover it up, as soon as it gets cold, it gets brittle, and then it warms up again, and then it cools down again, and it's a matter of time before it actually splits, which happened to my pond. So the first pond, I was lucky, we caught it just in time, didn't lose much water. So being new to the hobby, looking around at various options, what to do, and I bought a float switch. Okay, with all intentions of fitting it. Big mistake. When I say big mistake, it's a big mistake that I made. Okay, are you going to fit that float switch? Are you going to fit that float switch? Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. A year later, I'd redone all my filter system, got it to how I wanted it, weren't going to be able to spend any more money on it. I'd got made myself a little moving bed filter. I bought a new box filter, I had my backy shower, still had corrugated pipe on it. Okay, the same happened again, and guess what was sitting in the shed a year later? That was. Okay, yes, I know what you're saying. Stupid man. Well, you learn by your mistakes, and I'm trying not to learn by that. I'm trying to learn by that one. Okay, so my question is when I built my new pond, my filter system is a 4-bay system, including a vortex system. So to avoid using the dreaded corrugated pipe again, I went all rigid. So it's all rigid from the filter to the pump to the UV and then back in again. Okay, now I've watched people's videos on YouTube that have got these they've got these big systems, with nexuses and sieves and drums and nice ponds and all things like that, but I don't think I've seen them have a float switch in their pond. Now, I don't know if they're super confident that all the rigid pipe that they've got, they're not going to have any leaks or split pipes. I don't know, but I've never seen it, so I don't know if I might be able to get away with not fitting it. Also, if I do fit it, what's going to happen is I'm thinking about getting some sort of skimmer fitted or a backy shower fitted, which then may include fitting another pump. So also my question is, if you've got 2 pumps, do you need 2 float switches? Or what I'm thinking, if it's possible to do, is fit it as a dead man switch. So where my power source is coming into the pond, if I could fit this before it gets to the filtration system, so that if the water, anything does happen in the filter house and the water level drops, it switches everything off. Because what I don't possibly want happening is it just to cut the pump off and it stops pumping water, and then it's gonna knacker my UV light, if that makes sense. So I know Andy on Derby Coy, he does a really good step-by-step video of how to fit a float switch if you was fitting it to the actual pump itself. I'm no electrician, so I would like any advice or diagrams or anything like that, or if it's possible, if you could let me know in the comments below, it would be much appreciated, because I want to get this fitted sooner than later. Okay, but if I can get away with it, then you know, I'd like to know. Yeah, so you know, I'm no electrician. I don't want to start. You know, what I've done with my electrics at the moment is, you know, it works. You know, it's all in IP66 rated switch boxes and things like that, and it's linked to an RCD, so I don't think I'm going to have any problems with the electrics. But if I can fit it as a dead man switch, I think that would work out the best. Okay. Also, so what I'll do now is we'll go outside. I'll open up the filter house, and then have a look at where I possibly want it fitting. So like I said, if you've got any suggestions or anything like that, then just give us a shout. It'd be much appreciated. Okay, so let's go outside and let's have a look. So here's my filter box. It's just one of those 6 switch junction boxes. The wire's going in, it needs tidying up there. I'm going to get some boxing to put that in when I get round to it. And then they go in and they're just there. Yeah, spaghetti junction, but yeah, that's how my electrics are set up. The mains is coming in from the house, down by the fence there, and then here, and then into the filter house. So my question is, I've just already asked the question obviously, but could I fit the end of the float switch if I undone this waterproof connection here, and then fitted the float switch as part of that system? Would that work, or would it not? Would I have to link it somewhere else? Because what I'm thinking is, if I could have it fitted to that, then I could have the wire just running up here, and then the float switch eventually going in just there, hidden out of the way. Like I said, I'm no electrician, but I have sort of like thought about it, and I don't know whether you could do it or not. So please leave comments below, be much appreciated, and we can see where we go from there. Also, a question is, when I finally get the float switch fitted, or decide where I'm going to have it fitted, could I have the float switch, rather than sitting in the pond, could I have the float switch in here somewhere? Because then it'll be hidden out of the way. You're not going to have that garish blue and yellow thing sitting in your pond. I know obviously it might go green after a while with the algae, but yeah, I'd rather not have it in there if I can. Again, if you think this is possible, comment below, and we can see where we can go from there. So yeah, that's my questions on the float switch. I don't know if I've got anything else I can talk about today. Let me have a think. Well, I've had a think, and no, I can't think of anything else today. It's not like me, but you know, I was kind of thinking. I was watching a couple of guys on YouTube last night, and you know, there's people like Telford Koi Pond just started his pond. A couple of other guys on there that they just started their pond and halfway through or nearly finishing. And it's good because if you're at that stage, you've always got something to talk about and do a video and share things with people. Whereas I've virtually finished, you know, my pond. Now, that being said, it may change. You know, who knows? Going on past experiences and things like that. And don't worry, Tracy, I don't mean the pond will change. I mean, you know, issues with filtration and water and fish and things like that. So yeah, so my pond is virtually finished. It's the only thing that I'm going to be putting on there is a pergola. So I'm waiting till the weather warms up, because then I can sort of like paint it as it needs be and it can dry and things like that. Yeah, so other things I might be thinking of doing is putting back a shower on it, trying to improve the flow in the pond if need be. So yeah, there are going to be little things that might be done, but when it comes to constructing a pond and going through the steps with everybody, sharing your ups and downs and that's virtually done. It's done. So you kind of like sit there and you think to yourself, oh, I'm going to do a video on today, you know. I mean, it's funny because I sometimes sit there watching people on YouTube and, you know, things like that, and I love watching them, and I've got great comments off everybody and things like that. But I think to myself, right, I'm going to do a video on changing my filter system, cleaning my filter out even. And then I think, how many times does somebody want to watch me cleaning my filters out? Everybody knows how to clean the filters out, you know. If I was going to do something different, then yeah, maybe. So like change the media or tweak this and tweak that, then maybe. But if you've got your filter system set up properly or correctly or how you want it, then you know you're not going to want to be able to tweak it or have to tweak it so much. So yeah, you know, don't quote me on everything I've just said because it'll probably all change. You know what it's like. So yeah, so I've I just bought some new food. I ran out of wheat germ, and seeing if the fish and the temperatures are starting to creep up, I went out and bought some sort of like spring to summer food. I'm not going to feed them loads, probably just the same amount as the wheat germ, just to get them going and see how they go on that. Yeah, so okay, on the food side, okay, see, I told you, a short video is turning into a long video. On the food side, any recommendations on what I want to look for in the fish that I've got and the fish that I'm planning on getting? A good sort of like, not cheap but not really expensive, because I can't afford expensive food. A sort of like mediocre, half decent food that will help with the growth and the colour of the fish. So if anybody's got any ideas on that, please comment below, let me know, and I'll be much appreciated. Last year I had trouble with cheap food, you know, sitting there. Fish will just eat anything, and we used to think that, you know, surely food's food. You know, being new to the hobby, surely food's food. And we had an instance with, I bought a big bag of cheap food off eBay, and it tinted the water. We didn't have a clue why the water was tinted, things like that. Did water changes, tests, filter changes, blah blah blah. And then it was just by off chance that it was my wife actually that said, "Oh, just try this." So we got a glass of water and put 5 or 6 pellets in the glass of water, and instantly the water turned a different colour. So, eureka! It was the food that we was feeding, and we didn't have a clue. You know, we just thought food was food. So, if you've got any ideas, any hints for what kinds of food to use, what types to use, what manufacturers to stay away from, what manufacturers to obviously buy from, then please let me know. It'd be much appreciated. So I've waffled on a bit more than what I should have. I said that, didn't I? So so I'm going to call it a day today. So, usual score, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Hit the like button, smash the notification button, spread the word, and let's all have a happy ponding season this year, and I'll catch you in the next video. So from me, WKP, it's all about the fish. See you next time.